Hi friends, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. Welcome new subscribers. You guys, I think I'm gonna maybe cross fingers, knock on wood, throw some salt over the shoulder. What else am I supposed to do? I might hit 5,000 subscribers pretty soon. Stay tuned. You never know until that happens, but that's kind of cool. Thanks. New subscribers, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I will tell you, and maybe this goes for everyone, this is another nice reminder to check your notifications. A lot of people are reporting that they have been turned off, especially since I did that live stream the other night regarding, well, Cubby Bryant walked in. That was nice. Only 5 people got notifications on that, and thank God, rumor has it there were about 500 that showed up anyway in the chat. Thank you so much. But something is going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to look at past charts and eclipse click day. This is what it is. Okay, I just found it. See, ask and it is given. There's been a lot of action. There's 2 things going on. One, it just feels like something feels like it's ready to burst. It's ready to pop, right? I mean, we've just been kind of sitting on a lot of stuff for a long time, but something is ready to give. And that relates to the eclipses. The eclipses are so important. We have about anywhere from like 4 to 6 eclipses in a year. And the eclipses happen either at the new moon, where at the new moon, you know, you have Earth and her satellite, the moon. And here's sun. This is not drawn to scale, you guys. I think you know that because you guys are smart. So that's when the moon is in front of the sun, and at a new moon eclipse, you know, the moon blocks the sun's rays, and that's like when the sun disappears. Well, what happens is that every planet, every satellite, everything has its own gravitational force. It also has its own magnetism, the elements that it's made out of, and every planet has a relationship, a magnetic relationship to the sun and the gravitational pulls of the universe. So when we are having eclipses, it's like those energies, when these paths cross each other, they create, I call them magnetic fault lines, so to speak. So it's kind of like the ascent. When I was talking yesterday, the day before, about us being imprinted with our birth horoscope, or like how animals migrate, they know where to go because it's like imprinted in their electrical system, their nervous system. This is kind of the same thing. There's a viewer a while ago who discussed it in more detail than I am. I can, but I just don't have the time. But there are magnetic activities and how, like, full moons, new moon eclipses activate our tectonic plates. You know, the plates of the Earth's crust that move around and cause earthquakes. And so those magnetic energies, it's like fault lines. They're set, and they're set for anywhere from 6 months to 18 months. And when they're stimulated the right way, they burst. Oh, look at this. I'm science-y. I even got magnets to show you. So if this is part of a fault line, well, when the sun or the moon or Mars or a bigger force comes closer and closer and closer to it, something happens, right? Well, if it gets this close, I mean, these things are stationary. These things, I can feel them pulling in my hands as this gets closer and closer. Well, the Earth can't move, right? Like that. The Earth is going to stay there. When this magnetic point gets hit, look, you can even see it here. What happens to the surface? It breaks apart. because things are getting pulled. I just, see, I have crumbs in my hand, just with this magnet. This is what happens. So when I'm talking about eclipse click dates or eclipse triggers, it's because these magnetic forces come over a certain area and stimulate that part of the world. For example, por ejemplo, see, I'm being bilingual because my friend Becca speaks Spanish very nicely, and I want to be like Becca. Except I don't have, where's my maps? Oh, here they are. So, these solar maps, they show the path, not only the sun and the moon, this one's a little bit bigger, they show the path of all the planets. So, you know, I talked about the midheaven, so like Jupiter is up here. This is its magnetic path. So when it gets stimulated, stuff will happen over here. I had actually wanted to look at Puerto Rico because it's having all these earthquakes. Well, I looked at their natal chart, and they're going to be having earthquakes for a while. Because, quickly, these are the angles, the ascendant, the midheaven, descendant, lower heaven. These are like the first days of the season, spring, summer, fall, winter. Cardinal energies. There's fixed signs on each one. Plus, their midheaven, the sun is at 2 degrees Leo. Their midheaven is 3 degrees Leo. What's been happening? They've been having earthquakes because transit Uranus right now is right here at 2 degrees Taurus. So it is stimulating this midheaven all the time. But it's going to get worse because it's going to be extra active because everything that's bearing down on the island of Puerto Rico is ruled by Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. So whatever happens under their feet in Puerto Rico, things are always suddenly, unexpectedly changing. And they're like positioned there, and they can never get any movement on what they want to do and where they want to go. So they're going to have a lot of upheaval and shakeups in terms of earthquakes through 2025. It might get even more difficult because in March 2020, Saturn is going to move into Aquarius. It's going to move forward, then it's going to move back. Then it will go in to Aquarius for good. Oh, no. This is going to be good because what it's going to do is there's going to be a lot of, with Uranus over here, it's going to be stimulating all these things during its transit through 2025. But what Saturn's going to do, this is a good thing about Saturn, as it goes under everyone's feet there through their 4th house of home, it's going to stabilize an overactive Uranus. Okay? So things might be difficult at first, but this makes me hopeful because I'm thinking that through 2021, 2022, they're going to get a lot more stability, but things are going to be shaken, rocking and rolling around. I hope things start to stabilize. We get a preview of that come March 21st. But that's not even what I meant to talk about. Well, it's because I can sense a lot of changes. And when I said that, because when I was looking at the transits, I'm like looking at all these eclipses that are being activated and what their relationships are. Well, here we go. This is an eclipse click. Just, you guys don't have to know anything about astrology. You are going to get it over time, okay? Just trust me. Just take this with a grain of salt. The new moon solar eclipse, December 26th. This eclipse is a continuation of the eclipses over the summer. On the ascendant here, we have Libra. That was a sign on the eastern horizon, giving life to this eclipse over DC, and it's ruled by Venus, so that is bringing in a lot of talk about money through the summer. We're just going to talk about money because that's what gave life to this chart. On the descendant, now we have Aries. 4 degrees Aries. The moon right now is about 5 degrees, 5, 6 degrees Aries. So it's moved now in this area that has to do with we the people. Well, look at this. The midheaven, top of the chart where the sun was at its highest point because the earth moved in that location to face the sun. Straight on. That's at 5 degrees Cancer. No wonder I was feeling this earlier. I was like hopping around, like I could just feel stuff hitting. And so the rest of this Aries moon that we have kind of the reins over the next day or two, it's going to be hitting all this eclipse energy. And do you want to know what else it's going to hit? Oh my gosh. I can't even explain all this to you. Just think of each aspect that I wrote, and then there's something else written. That's its relationship in real time right now to what is ready to pop. These are all the things that are brewing underneath the surface that are getting ready to go pop, pop. But what I really wanted to do, the thing that's been on my mind that I want to talk about, Russia's astrology chart. I've been saying for a while, Russia is going to have a lot of changes coming on the horizon, and they are. Now, there's 2 different astro charts for Russia. This one is for December 25th, 1991, local time 5:19 p.m. This is the Russian Revolution storming of the Winter Palace. This is when they stormed the palace. This chart, same day, December 25th, 1991, 5:45 p.m. So it's a difference of about a half hour. This is when Russia raised the flag over whatever building it is. I am more inclined. This was the one that I saw first, and I felt like this was more related to the chart. But again, it's a difference of a half hour. It changes the aspects a little bit. But let's talk about this one because it's a lot easier to see here. Because if you look at Donald, you're going to see why he's so in love with Russia as well. Donald, his ascendant is 29 degrees Leo. That was a sign coming over the horizon when he was born. In fact, 29 degrees Leo is associated with Regulus, the star of a royal king. This is why a lot of astrologers said, hey, this is why Donald's going to win. This already points to a king. So, and his Mars is close there. It had just come over the horizon at 26 degrees. Well, that means his ascendant and his Mars, his star, his smile, sparkle, shine, his showmanship, him being a star, is conjunct the ascendant of Russia. No wonder he feels like a star when he's there. He feels so important because that's who he is. They usher in and they give him a lot of life. And the people of Russia like him too because they're represented by the moon here in Virgo. And so there's an affinity here. They have their moons close together. The ascendants are close together. Trump spends a lot of money there. So they like him. They do. We're going to go over here to the midheaven. They both, Russia, when the sun was at its highest point, it was at 3 degrees Taurus. His was at 24 degrees Taurus. This blends very well, the 21 degrees Leo. It beams a beautiful trine to Donald's moon, which is 21 degrees Sagittarius. And not only is his moon in Sagittarius, which is lands far away, it's an exact trine. Like it feels like love. That he's just so in love. He feels at home. Russia is home to him, in my opinion. And it also sends a beautiful sign to his sun, his soul force, his ego, his life force, right over here. So there's a lot in common right there. So just from the outset, that's how they relate to one another. But the thing I wanted to do, I wanted to look at Russia and what's happening to Russia, because they are in for some changes. Because we have, the planet Uranus, unexpected upheaval, earthquakes. It's getting ready to go over the midheaven again. When you have things go over the top of the chart, and because this is the what's crowning Russia, everyone can see this. Everyone can taste right now, taste and the smell in the air of change coming to Mother Russia. And right now, Jupiter, that expansive planet, that one that makes someone feel a little bit more bold and courageous, and that they can, they just feel like everything's going to go their way no matter what. When it gets really revved up and going, they almost feel invincible. Well, that Jupiter right now is kissing their natal Uranus, which means it's expanding the impact of Uranus. Explosive news, unexpected news, and this is like stuff you can't contain and pull back at all. This could also be related to explosions or weather, or even, their own problems with severe weather there, whether it's blizzards or earthquakes. Explosions. I'm saying explosions. Something is going to happen. I don't know what. They also, where was the Mercury? 11 degrees Sagittarius. Let's grab some cards. Show me the people of Russia. The people of Russia are represented by 2 degrees Virgo. And you know what I don't like? This explains a lot to me. This 2 degrees Virgo, because at its worst, Virgo can be a little victim-y. It can get so lost in details and analysis over analysis that they don't see the big picture. They don't see the forest. And so they just keep going on and on and on and on about stuff. It reminds me a lot about how the Republican Party keeps moving the goalposts. And then they're like, oh, poor me, but you, but poor me, but you, but now we're going to do this. Or they keep reinterpreting things or restating stuff or re-arguing. That's why it's impossible to have a fair trial with them anyway. Well, this is like really Kremlin-y. This is how they operate over there. And it's definitely the influence of the moon. The moon is in the first house, which you would think the country would be all about Russia's people. And they should be, because that's where she is, their identity and who they are. But is it? No. What's going on with the people of Russia? Show me the people of Russia. I just feel like they are just, they're fed up. Show me the people. The people of Russia, I just feel like they're shrinking under this power that is over them. Like they want to move this off of them. They're tired of that. They're tired of being forced to live the way they've been living. They do not like their mafia state, which has led to what? Emperor Putin. They cannot get rid of this guy. They're so sick of it, which is leading to what? People of Russia. They're judging him. The truth is coming up. They're judging him. They have all risen, all of them. They're talking to even their ancestors in the grave, how tired they are, and they're there with them. The very basis of this is Trump Russia. They're so sick of Trump. They're so sick of this. I know in the beginning I said that they like him. Well, they did like him in the beginning. Now they don't really like. He's just such a mockery over there. What's the challenge with Putin for them? their poverty. They are left out of their own government. They're experiencing extreme poverty. They can't afford to buy shoes. Now, the Russian people, they are a tough group of people. They are. I don't think I could ever be as tough as them with the things that they go without and how they have to live under the conditions they live in. Clarifiers. The devil. The people, they see their government as the devil. They are trying to make a plan. They want to take action. They are sick of him. Okay. That's Alex Navalny. So, the Four of Cups, is this going to be the signifier of the people of Russia? The Four of Cups. I want to know how this Jupiter is affecting Uranus in Russia, because this is going to get big. Something's going to happen. Oh my God, especially Mars right now is in Sagittarius. When it gets, oh my gosh, when it gets into Capricorn, I think in, I don't know, 2 weeks, it'll be there for about 6 to 8 weeks. So in about 2 months, things are going to get going with Russia. Because it's, wow, I think. So, what happens with this Jupiter and Uranus conjunction? Is it Speaker Pelosi, really? Is this, yes, it's Speaker Pelosi. Well, what's going to happen with Russia and Speaker Pelosi and the King of Wands? Putin, yes, that's the angry Putin. In the Russian strength. Speaker, oh, Moflo. Holy crap. So, Speaker Pelosi's been investigating all this stuff, having to deal with Russian strength, and what's going to happen, what's to come is Moflo. Everything points to Moflo, Russia. There you go. And, holy cow, is this yes, this is Brittany Kaiser. These people keep showing up all around the globe. So this Jupiter hitting this Uranus, what's the challenge with Russian strength when this Jupiter collides with their natal Uranus? Is this China? No, it's not China. I mean, it could be, but it is just total out. People are... They're so done with this. Why? Show me the clarifiers. They're making a choice. They are making a choice once and for all. They're talking amongst themselves. God, there's so much out. This is a total... They are so pissed. Queen of Swords. And here we have involvement with banks and SDNY. So they're going to get a jolt over there as well. Let's see. Venus is 22 Aquarius, 30. So Venus just went into the 7th house of the people. So that's part of setting the stage about this outrage, and I am betting it in the favor towards the people of Russia. Now, remember I said that Saturn was going to move into Aquarius come March 21st, and we were going to get a preview of what's to happen over the next couple of years, because Saturn is in a sign for about two and a half years. Well, Russia is going to have their Saturn return, which is going to, remember I said stabilize the Uranus, the upheaval, the chaos. It'll stabilize that kind of stuff there. But here, look, it's going to happen in their sector of public servants, their military, their investigations. So, and it's going to be in square to, they are going to be experiencing a lot of upheaval in the area of, public servants, military, health, doctors. I don't think they have good health care there. Day-to-day work. And it is going to really calm down that chaotic piece, like Donald, the tornado. Because Putin does that to his people too. So let's look at the Saturn and Uranus. Things are going to stabilize in the, for us, we have the FBI, we have the intelligence agencies. Same, that would apply for them over there. They're public workers. Healthcare, day-to-day work, their farms, their agriculture. What happens with Russia's Saturn return here in this area of public workers? Well, this is how they've been doing it, hanging on to everything, and people are sick of it. So Saturn's going to come. There's going to be some new actions that are taken by people. Things are going to change. Knight of Wands, that's also for us, that's the FBI. Oh, this is the office of the president. Well, for us, the United States, but it could be them. He's going to be a prime minister. He's trying to rewrite the Constitution for, I don't think that's going to pass, is it? At the center of this is stub, which is going to lead to what with the Saturn return? The end of him. The end. Because at the very basis of this is what? People are done. They're sick of it. They're tired of being the victim. They're tired of being the sacrificial lamb for this guy. People are just sick of it. What's the challenge with this dude? There's going to be absolutely zero charity for him. Zero empathy, zero charity. So they're going to be the revelation of what's really going on. It's going to be a major tower moment for public workers. How they're going to have to restructure all of this stuff and find a harmonious way. And they're going to be looking to expand their trade and looking to other countries to help them out. They get Putin out. People are going to want to work with them. Get the corruption out. They're going to be able to open up and free themselves of a lot of... they'll open new doors for them. But it's going to be a process. It's going to take a couple years. Uranus is there helping them as well. So I bet you'll have a noticeably different Russia within 5 years. And 10 years, this will be like just a memory. So it's just what I wanted to share for now. Okay, I'm just going to upload this. This was easy. Okay, thanks you guys. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe. Thanks.